everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be providing you with 5 tips and tricks to make you successful and maximize your profits with DoorDash. Tip number 1, referrals. I often think that this one is overlooked and kind of forgotten about, but when you look at some of the bonuses that DoorDash has been doing lately, the last one was $1,200. I just received $500 here not too long ago. I'm going to show you guys this here right now so you can see for yourself. So there is the $500 right there, as you guys can see. Hit the details here, and it says, "Thank you for referring a friend to DoorDash. Here's a thank you gift from us." There are some requirements for this bonus. For example, we have someone sign up with your link, they must complete 100 deliveries within 60 days, etc. It does vary, so make sure you do check into that. Tip number 2, dash when it is busy. I receive so many comments on a daily basis saying, "Hey, I waited around for an hour and received no orders," or "I dashed for several hours and only received like 3 orders." Location is key when it comes to this. If DoorDash is not popular in your city, or people are not talking about it, it's not very well known, then people are not going to be using the app. Another thing is you really need to decide what times of what days that you should DoorDash. Generally, the weekends are the busiest times. However, lunch and dinner hours, pretty much any other day of the week, can be pretty busy. Lunch times are usually a time frame around 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's where businesses are ordering out lunch, and that's where you can really bank on that. Dinner hours are usually from around 5 to 8. They can go later, around 9 to 10, even 11 at night on the weekends, because a lot of people are coming home from work, and they're like, "Hey, I don't want to cook food," and that's where you come into play. Also, rainy nights. Who wants to go out on a rainy night? Not very many people, so what are they going to do? They're going to order out, and that's where you come into play as well. Sporting events are pretty good as well. During those times, your earning potential is pretty high. Tip number 3, customer satisfaction. When you get to a restaurant, make sure all the items are in the bag before you leave the restaurant. DoorDash does tell you this, and they stress it out. Keep telling you before you leave, you have to check off each item, but make sure that you really do, because I know a lot of you are in a hurry. You want to hurry up and get to the next order, but you don't want to end up forgetting someone else's food either. I'm not saying pull someone's burger apart to see if there's pickles on it. Obviously, it's unsanitary, but just making sure that everything is there before you leave. Restaurants do tend to get busy, and they can often, leave out a drink or a side dish item. Also, another thing is if you are waiting or you see, extra straws, plastic silverware, mints at the front counter, grab some and throw them in the bag for the customer. Go above and beyond and show that you appreciate that customer for ordering through DoorDash. They also have the option to review you, so you want your reputation to be pretty good. So you are representing the company. Tip number 4, don't drive around all over town waiting for the next order. I received so many comments saying, "Oh, I use hundreds and hundreds of dollars in gas. This is not worth it. How are you making so much?" etc. People, if you are using hundreds of dollars, even $100 in gas per week, you may need to reconsider a new vehicle. I have a 2006 Chevy Impala V6, and I do just fine, hardly use any gas, and I can pop around from place to place no problem. Another thing, once you are completed with an order, drive to a nearby hotspot, maybe go into a Walmart, tap into the Wi-Fi, just kind of walk around and chill, hang out, rather than just sitting in your car and staring out into space. Personally, I live pretty close to the main bulk area where the orders come from. I have the option to come home, sit around, hang out, watch YouTube, whatever, and wait for the next order to come in. However, a lot of people don't have that option, so I would recommend going to a nearby store, walking around, and just kind of hanging out, waiting for the next order. A common misconception that I see people talking about is, "I'm waiting at the hotspot, I've been sitting here for an hour, why am I not receiving orders?" Waiting at a hotspot does not guarantee you more orders. However, what it does do is if you're at the hotspot or across the street at a Walmart, it will give you a faster response time to get to the restaurant, pick up the order if it is ready, deliver it to the customer, and you will be done sooner. That way you have extra time, more time, to take any other new deliveries that come in. Tip number 5, communication. Communication is key if you want to do this. If you are unsure where a restaurant is, you can't find it, it's located in a strip mall with 30 other restaurants or stores, give them a call, give the restaurant a call and say, hey, I'm having trouble finding your location. Can you kind of give me an area or landmarks to find where exactly you guys are located? Personally, I had that happen where I was going to a small little Chinese restaurant and it was tucked in between 15 and 20 other stores and restaurants. I drove around all over, I drove around in circles, drove all back in the parking lot. I finally gave them a call and I was like, hey, I'm having trouble. Can you give me landmarks or some area where I need to go to find you? They were more than willing to help me and they guided me right in the correct direction, and I was at the restaurant within less than 5 minutes. Another thing is if the order is taking a while, you haven't received the order, still waiting on the food to be cooked, take the initiative to contact the customer. Whether it be a quick text or a phone call, letting them know, taking the initiative that you care and saying, hey, I'll be there as soon as I can, still waiting on the food. It really does come a long way, and it shows the customer that you care, and that way you're not just leaving them hanging, wondering what is taking so long for their food. If this video was helpful, or you feel like you learned something new in any way, shape, or form, please leave a like and drop a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next DoorDash video.